Alright, I'm back on camera from the last video. Cold done went down. I'm feeling a little bit better. And y'all know Thugger is free now. He took the plea deal, 15 years probation. So we got Thug out, Durk in. And so I know some people I talked to said they think it's a conspiracy. You let Thug go, but then you lock Durk up. I think the cases are unrelated. You know, Durk got the whole, murder for hire thing, like he put money on somebody's head to get Quando Rondo taken out of here. But they didn't they didn't stop nothing. They made a mistake, and they ended up hitting his cousin instead, and so that's where that come from. Quando's still here. He was the intended target, but they ended up killing his cousin. But you got Thugger out, 15 years probation. I done heard some people think they're gonna try and set him up, and if he mess up on the 15 years, then he got to do the 20 years actually in the actual prison. So he can't do no drugs, can't be around the wrong people. He got to talk to kids 4 times a year for the next 15 years about staying away from drugs, staying away from guns. And he got to do community service, 100 hours. So he got some stipulations. But I mean, if he just be disciplined, be a good citizen. The 15 years outside is better than doing another 20 in there. If somebody come around that seem like they ain't on the up and up, he needs to make sure that he send them on their way. Don't let nobody in your space that's going to interrupt your peace, that's going to end up sending you back in that prison. Because he did 2 years already, so he getting time served for that in Georgia. And he's probably just tired, ready to come home. They said he can still interact with Gunna. Gunna, at the start of it, he said some things, and, he was able to go home. People calling him a snitch and all of that, but he can still work with him, do music with him. And I done heard people say Lil Durk should get Young Thug lawyer. But, maybe he will. But more details still got to come out against that. Lil Durk's still in there. There's no bail for him. I heard he booked 3 different flights trying to confuse the FBI, but they still called him in Florida. Like he was trying to go. Switzerland was one of the flights was booked to. So it sounded like he was trying to run. Young Thug wasn't trying to go anywhere. So I don't know, Durk thing. Still got to wait for more details on that for that to come out. That could be a little bit crazy. So I'm wondering what people think. Lil Durk is locked up. Young Thug is now home free. He done spent a lot of money. Anton Daniels, he's on YouTube. He said he heard Young Thug had to even put his house up for sale to pay for these lawyers. And so, all of that play a part. He just ready to come home, spending all his money. So, I get it. And it's a lesson learned. They be trying to get people up on these charges, RICOs, these cats be in their music telling on themselves about the people they want to go after. We got to stop doing that. People telling on themselves, and it's a mess. And we got to be a little bit more, conscious about what we saying out here. I'm careful about what I say on here on YouTube. So they'll take all of this stuff and then get you hemmed up and ending up having to do some time, be in court, lose a lot of money. I heard Lil Durk, someone saying the barbershop is worth $60 million. And so now he's dealing with this situation. And now who knows how much money he's going to have to pay out. But to, make it out the hood and still be in the hood, that's where stuff messes up. It ain't the best situation, and we got to understand that you can't have 1 foot in the streets and then 1 foot square. You got to be one way all the way, I think. And then especially in hip hop, because you got the hip hop police, they always watching, and that's one thing we gotta understand about that. I'm not saying certain people are targets. Maybe some are targeted more than others. Nas talked about the hip hop police, but we gotta watch how we move out here, whether you do music or not. And so just use Young Thug's situation, as a, it's definitely a lesson. Now, on him, it's a bigger scale. I think there's more people involved at the top, and he was probably just made to be the fall guy. But, the deal, some people saying it's a setup. They're going to try and trip him up on the 15 years probation. I just, stay out the way. 15 years, you free and you out. I think Mariah the Scientist, she's a music artist. She's his girlfriend. Stay around her. Don't get caught up in nothing. Just fly on the straight and narrow. His real name is Jeffrey. Be Jeffrey. Don't be Young Thug. Young Thug gets in trouble. Be Jeffrey. Because whether we know it or not, these names that we give ourselves, these alter egos, they take on a personality all their own. And so whatever you call yourself is who you are. Your name is your name. And we can speak these things out into existence. Lil Durk got songs about being scared of going to the feds. He's got early songs about that. And then look at where he's at now. That's who's investigating him. So we got to watch what we put in our songs. If you do music, watch what you say. Watch what you write down. Watch what you post. Watch what you make a video about. Because all this stuff will come back on you. And that's the whole karma situation. You got good karma and bad karma. And so that's what we have to realize. His lawyers did a good job. I would have took that deal. Because I've been without bail for 2 years. Longest running court case in Georgia's history. And so now I'm finally home, 15 years probation, okay. And then after the 15 years, he can go back to doing what he's doing. He'll be almost 50 after the probation, but, who cares? You not doing 20 years in there. Please don't violate it. You don't want to do the 20 years. And yeah, it's probably going to be people that understand that and know you got certain limitations. Get them people away from you. Anybody where you got certain stipulations, where you can't do this and do that, or this happens, get them out of your circle. That's my message to Jeffrey right now. If he sees this video, do not let anyone mess up your probation. Stay cool. Do your music. Do your community service. Talk to the children like they want you to for the next 15 years. And you'll be fine. I don't think it's hard. They say he can't do drugs. Fine. No more weed. Whatever drugs he was doing. Let it go. After 15 years, try it out again. Whatever. Wait till you get that off. So he just got to be disciplined. Stay on the straight and narrow. If you got to switch your circle out, switch your circle out. It's that time. Because I'm not around anybody that's going to get me tripped up or in trouble. I don't attract that type of crowd. And so, this is where he's at right now at the moment. But he can make it out. He'll be all right. Like I said, some people say they setting him up to fail. With the 15 years, they don't think he can not do drugs or be around the wrong people. I don't know if the system might send somebody in there. You never know, a little plant. But he just, got to use his best judgment. Stay around his family. And just stay focused. Because you violate the 15 years, now you want to do the 20. So I'm sure he understands that. And just focus on who he is. Write music. Stay around his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist. And then he should be all right. As far as Lil Durk being in, we have to get more details about that. No bail for him. how long his trial will go. Trial hasn't started, he might sit in there until trial start. It's a lot. They got him and they arrested the other 5 guys. And so, but the murder took place in California, so that's where all of the court proceedings will be. So it's still more to come on that. We'll probably hear more about Lil Durk's case later this month. It is a new month. It's November. And so Young Thug will be home for Thanksgiving. So, he can look forward to that. Thanksgiving with the family. Hey, I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm assuming he's got a correctional officer or someone he's got to check in with doing the probation. They check in. He check in with that person. Say, hey, look, everything is clean. I'm not on nothing. And just take it from there. I'd rather take this deal than end up 20 years in jail or more. It's one thing to do 15 years probation and another thing to do 20 years and you locked up. You want your freedom. And I'm pretty sure, he's been in there for 2 years. He tired of going from the courtroom to the jail cell Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, he just in the jail cell. This is the first day that it's Saturday today. It's November 2nd, and he at home. He's sleeping in his own bed. So how'd that feel after 2 years? So he just got to realize all of that and like, hey, man, I don't want to leave this no more. The family going to be happy to see him, family and friends. And everybody just work together to keep him on the straight and narrow. That's all. I heard him talk in the courtroom at the plea deal, He sound different. He's talking proper. He didn't sound like the guy in the music video. So it's time to change your persona, change your energy, and stay free. That's what I would do. You home now. So, he's home. Durk is in. Durk probably should try and get at his lawyer once, we get the details of his case and all of that. And people just, at the end of the day, stay out of these streets. It means you no good. Don't mean me no good. Don't mean Young Thug no good. This is where you end up, is spending a lot of money with the system to get out of the system. The system's set up to make you fail, it can be. You just end up losing a lot of money overall, and it's designed to do that too. Take all your cash, so protect your mental health, protect your bank account. Do not get caught up in none of these streets. Don't put money out on people's head for murder, all of that. I know some people get, the type of money that Young Thug and Lil Durk have. You start getting so much money, sometimes it messes with your ego, and I guess you think if you just mad at somebody, you can just go ahead and put certain things out there. And, hey, I want to make this person get touched and all of that. You start thinking you more powerful than you are. No, just make the money. Now you letting the money make you, because the money is making you do these absurd things. You make the money, use it as a resource, and then just continue to run it up, invest it here, build on it. That's all you do. Don't start trying to put hits out on people, things of that nature. Then you start talking about it in your music. People get cocky, telling on yourself. So that's something we have to realize. And then, we just go from there. That's all I'm saying. So, what do you all think? Young Thug is out. He home. He free. Lil Durk is in. Do you all like Young Thug's deal? Would you have taken that? I mean, I would have taken it. You home. What do you all think is going to happen with Lil Durk? And, once more details come out with that, the whole murder for hire thing, let me know in the comments. I just wanted to follow up on my last video where I told you all that he just took a plea deal, crazy plea deal. And so, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Facts or Feelings, one word, no spaces. When you search for it in YouTube, put in Facts or Feelings, no spaces, and my channel will come right up. get this video out here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments on Young Thug's deal and Lil Durk still being locked up, and how all this all ties in. Maybe Diddy still being locked up. What you all think? I'm out. Like, share, and subscribe.